Hey.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Hey. Just sit. Hey, hello everyone at Luke Rides. Luke Rides is back with another episode for you at the channel. So, you're not seeing at the moment Luke Rides really spending any time on the Kawasaki ZX-10 Superbike or the BMW race bike.
It's not your fault.
And you should know, or you should get updated, and let's let you know what's happened to Luke Rides here in this episode. Let's get cracking. Yeah.
It's showtime.
Well, it's a long one, so this might take a little bit of time for you, everybody here at Luke Rides. Luke Rides, he's been feeling very sad, and he's been in a very bad way. Luke Rides was very honoured and joined our Advanced Motorcyclist, Advanced Biker group ride here at the we got a hero here at the channel, as Luke Rides has passed this test and is now an advanced biker, an advanced motorcyclist. And Luke Rides is now, has shown his skills and shown or proved that he is an advanced biker, an advanced motorcyclist. So Luke Rides was invited as part of our club, Advanced Bikers, Advanced Motorcyclists. We all met up at, I believe it was, Luke Rides thinks it was Exeter. I think that's where we started. And it was quite interesting. So us advanced motorcyclists, advanced bikers, so we're not some sort of special elite. Yeah, we're better than you. Go F yourself. Oh yeah, we're better than you. Yeah.
That you will stay who you are. Not a perfect soldier, but a good man.
To the little guys.
No, we're not like that at all. We are bikers, motorcyclists like you, with whether you're riding a Triumph, a Honda, BMW 1250 GS, BMW Super Naked, a Honda Naked, a Honda Sport Tourer, a Goldwing, Kawasaki 650. It doesn't matter. We ride like you do. We ride the same motorcycles. We're not some sort of elite special look at us part of society. We're all bikers and motorcyclists that we see that we want to improve ourselves. We want to better ourselves. We want to become more. We want to learn how to be safer. But also, in a funny benefit of that is you also learn to be faster on the road, faster in your pacing, faster about identifying hazards, threats, using IPSCA and the 5 S's to anticipate what could happen, and that you have an action plan for what to do about that and how you can progress and make better progression on the road to get you away from the hazards like car drivers. And that you just prove that you have that skill set, and doesn't matter what you ride, it doesn't matter where you work, or as long as you're a decent person or a good person, come and join us at Advanced Bikers, Advanced Motorcyclists. You are at a higher level. You are the master. You are a Jedi. You are a commando of the road, and you are at a higher level than any normal biker and any normal motorcyclist. But it doesn't mean we wave it in your face and go, look at us. It's not like that at all. So what we did, hopefully this isn't boring you here at Luke Rides, is we got to Luke Rides was invited to go to a interesting place he's never actually gone to before, called Cheddar Gorge. It is, God, it's stunning. It's a place in it's a gorge in Somerset, and it's carved out of the most beautiful looking gorge you've ever seen. It's literally, where at some point explosives have been used to blow a hole in the hill, and you get to see all the rocks and all the sides that are left from that explosion. And by God, it's the way that the roads are so twisty. You got all these different cambers, you got all this magnificent view that just makes you think that you are so small compared to nature, this magnificent nature that you're seeing carved out from us, from humanity, and seeing all of its beauty, its green, it's how we look so small compared to it. And a town has built a place where you could have ice cream and little shops and places like that there. So Luke Ride's never been actually ever ridden or driven to Cheddar Gorge, and saw it on the Grand Tour series. So it was like a bit of Grand Tour, going to a place where Clarkson and Richard Hammond have been to, and to go there, Luke Rides himself with fellow advanced motorcyclists, advanced bikers. Luke Rides took the BMW R90, the BMW race bike, and yeah, we did a lot of miles. We covered 180 miles. But what happened was, after 2 days of that group ride, Luke Rides was in the most crazy, highest, most pain he's ever experienced in his life. Literally, his nerve is just shooting down the top of his neck, down the arm, down the back. I mean, Luke Rides couldn't even have a shower. He couldn't even eat. The pain was so strong, so insane, so clouding, just your head being bombarded by the sheer pain. And Luke Rides couldn't move his arm, and he was in a really fucked state. I mean, he was absolutely offline, damaged, and it was so bad that Luke Rides, literally an ambulance was called out. Thanks to having an amazing family and an amazing dad, and ambulance was called out, and Luke Rides was actually taken to hospital, where they just pretty much filled Luke Rides with painkillers and morphine, and more painkillers and more morphine and a drip, and yeah, they put every single painkiller you can think of and Luke Rides. And Luke Rides, in the sheer agony that he couldn't function, he couldn't think straight, he couldn't do anything. He was absolutely fucked. That Luke Rides had to explain what he thinks led up to the pain, the sheer pain, describe the sheer pain, how the sheer pain's going up into the neck, the arm, down Luke Rides' back, how intense it is, what does it feel like, is there a way you can describe it? And Luke Rides had to explain it to three different doctors. And you don't have the ability to have a shower and tidy yourself up, and your body is just so broken, so tired from the sheer pain that you're struggling. You're just trying to remember anything. Well, it's so bad. So Luke Rides, he struggled. He was in such a bad way, in hospital for a day. And then literally the hospital just sent Luke Wright on his way and just gave him naproxen, paracetamol and gabapentin and a mix of drugs, and just said, yeah, we're pretty certain this is trapped nerve in here, a nerve that's being squeezed, and your body's just like, your body's just malfunctioning. And it happened, it was over 6 weeks ago now, and Luke Wright, since then, he's not been able to take the weight of a 125, a 650, or he can't take the weight of any motorcycles. None. Just the pain is so extreme. Luke Wright's body just can't take it, and it has taken a long time to battle through the pain and the agony to get to a point where Luke Wright is able to lift his arm, move his arm, starting to be a bit more mobile, getting more movement back in his body, and being able to do more of the normal stuff that you would do in a day. But it's taken over 6 weeks to get to this point, and that's 6 weeks without a motorcycle, without riding. I mean, Luke Wright's miss is just the feeling the road, the sensation of the road, feeling your horse, your horse as in your motorcycle, your stallion, ZX10 Superbike or BMW race bike, feeling the road, slingshotting, being the fastest machine on the road, feeling the engine, feeling the suspension, feeling the torque and the power and the speed, and being able to go on adventures, go on a ride out, go and do something different and interesting in a day. That makes you have something to go, I'm really looking forward to that. So Luke Wright, that's why you haven't seen any real motovlog content at all recently. I mean, Luke Wright can't even take the weight of a Yamaha XT660, and that's a midweight. That's a midweight motorcycle. And Luke Wright can't even take the weight of that. So it's killing Luke Wright. I mean, it really, really hurts. And riding motorcycles, being with his BMW race bike, being with his motorcycles, being with his machines, that's a part of who he is. That's a part of his soul. That's a part of Luke Wright's personality, part of him, part of a piece of himself. And he can't even take the weight of an XT. It's so nice when you have the ability, when you can ride a motorcycle. You can just ride a motorcycle. You can just ride a BMW Kawasaki. That if you have the time, you can just do that. And Luke Wright can't even do that. And the pain is just. Luke Wright really was at a point where the pain was so catastrophic and so strong and so bad. Luke Wright was thinking, what's the point of going on? What's the point of living? He really did think that, everyone at Luke Wright. He really did think, just not eat. And just let Luke Wright's body die. I mean, it's not like the world would care. It's not like the world would change. It's not like the world would care if Luke Wright died tomorrow. And just, the world wouldn't give a shit. The world really wouldn't care. Luke Wright wouldn't even be a blip. And no life is worth nothing. No life is worthless. Every life has meaning. Every life has a story to tell. Every life is a person, or a hero, or a dog, or a cat, or a horse. And that matters. That is what makes life. So to be at that point, if it wasn't for Luke Wright's amazing dad and his amazing queen, his Miadi, his baby, his life, you wouldn't be seeing any more of Luke Wright, because there wouldn't be a Luke Wright. He would have died in agony.
It's not your fault.
And just given up. And you know that is sad. I mean that's what happens with suicide. When a soul is so sad and so broken that death is better. Death, being dead, is better and easier. And the world doesn't seem to. It doesn't care. I mean, it just doesn't save. It doesn't want to save you. It doesn't care about saving you from that. So Luke Wright is very sad. He misses motorcycles. Con Campagne. Beyond words, more than life, and being in this pain and agony, and it's just one less thing. You know, it's one less thing. It's one more thing stopping Luke Wright and getting to his amazing queen, his goddess, his wife, his everything, his baby. And it's really hard going. It really isn't right to be damaged like this. But Luke Wright just needs to stay strong. His body is getting better. It is getting stronger. And there is going to come a point where Luke Wright is going to be able to start taking the weight of a motorcycle. Maybe just to start off with the Yamaha, the legendary Yamaha XT, before taking on the Z1000, the BMW race bike, or the Exotica that is the Kawasaki ZX-10 Superbike. But it does beg the question, doesn't it? If Luke Wright can hurt himself that much by going on a vastly long distance. I mean, you don't see superbike riders riding a superbike for 180 miles for an entire day. That just doing that can hurt you so much that Luke Wright doesn't have a motorcycle that is exciting for him. That is, oh yeah, I really want to ride this, that has straight handlebars. I mean, yes, Luke Wright technically does have the Yamaha XT, which has straight handlebars. Luke Wright doesn't want to ride an XT all year round. That's not fun. It's a big single. It's not a big twin or a big inline four. She does not have the bark, the boom, the bang, the soul like a big V twin or a big 1000. You know? So we should probably do a separate motovlog on that, of what can Luke Wright do, because what he really would love to have is a powerful, very fast, exotic, or top of the tree motorcycle with straight handlebars, and consider that as his group rides motorcycle, or going for group rides, you know, with us amazing advanced motorcyclists, advanced bikers. So something for Luke Wright to think about. And that's where he is at the moment, staying strong, healing, and dreaming of the day that he will be able to start riding motorcycles, race bikes, super bikes, start riding machines again, start riding these horses again, to go on adventures, to go on something interesting, because now Luke Wright is getting older. He's starting to appreciate he doesn't have many years left before the body starts going downhill. Pretty hard going. But Luke Wright hopes that you've found this interesting and now knows. Now, if you're curious, you have an answer. You know what's happened to Luke Wright and why he stopped. He hasn't really done any motovlogs. That's where Luke Wright is. Luke Wright is going to, of course, have his signature cup of coffee. Signature cup of coffee, yo! Hero, should we have the signature cup of coffee, yo? Hero's like, I have no idea what you're talking about, human. So, let's go and have our coffee. Here at the Lukey Rides. The Lukey Rides. The Lukey... Oh! No! Fuck jobs! Damn it! Bollocks! No! Damn it! No! Luke Wright's gonna have his cup of coffee.
Oh my god! They've killed Kenny! You bastard!
That sucks. Wow. Well, that wrap. Thanks for watching, everybody.
The way we...
The little rascal has spirit. As what?
This is the end of the trail for me.
Thank you.
Thank you, kid.
Do you reckon Luke Wright could get to it? Get to the coffee? Oh, us bikers, advanced motorcyclists, we do find drinking our coffee so difficult. Oh, cup of tea, or anything for that matter, without chucking it in your face and going, I still can't drink it. See you later.